Hello, good evening, welcome. Sorry, that was a bit of a false start there due to technological issues. So I'll wait for you to arrive. Hello, welcome, welcome, bloody welcome. It's Friday night, it's live. Hello, lazy slacker dude. Hello, hello, toast. Welcome. Hello, Kizzy. Good evening. We've made it through to Friday yet again. Thank goodness. Hello there, David and Murdo. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Now I'm on my own this week. Paul is not appearing for personal reasons. Not really. He doesn't want to this week. And what we've actually understood from the views is that if we do a live together on the Friday and then we do Sunday chat on the Sunday, not so many people watch Sunday Chat, which is our flagship show, in actual fact. So, hello. Hello, Julie. Hello, Rebecca. How's your plants? Do you mean the allotment? Lazy slacker dude. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I still have an ear infection, which I have to treat for another week, which is not so great, but you know, that's the way ear infections go. They take a long time to clear up. So there you go. The ones in the allotment, well, everything's okay. We're in the process of moving one plot to another, to a new plot. So that will start quite soon. And we're going to be doing some planting on Sunday. I think we've got some garlic to put in. What else have we got to put in, Paul?
Elephant garlic and broad beans.
Elephant garlic and broad beans. How wonderful. Yeah, it's all good. But there's going to be, no, I'm not on antibiotics. I'm on an antibiotic spray for the ear. I told the doctor I don't want to take tablets. I would rather have a topical medicine that treats the external infection, which is what it is. You know, it's not internal, it's not in my body. So there we go. Hello, Joel. Welcome. Thank you. Vegan Dolls, you're going to publish an old video that you made for Paul and I. It's practically vintage. You'll send it to us. Thank you very much. Hi, Neil, or Niall. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. You're making a great veggie cassoulet. Lovely. Paul has decided, for the reason I just said before, not to appear this week. It's his choice. Traditionally, most of the live shows have been hosted by me on my own. So, you know, we've only done, I think, 4 together. So, yeah, there we are. That's the reason. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. You're just popping in to say hi quickly. Your neighbours are coming round. We'll have a lovely evening, Sarah. Thank you for saying hi. It's lovely. No, that's all right. It's no problem. Paul is nude. He might be. You'll never know. That's the thing. RuPaul's Drag Race. How do you feel about it? UK. Well, Zach, we have done 3 program reviews. We're really enjoying it. We're big fans of the US version. We're thoroughly enjoying the UK version too. Snatch Game last night wasn't the best Snatch Game I've seen, to be honest. I've seen better. I've laughed out loud to Snatch Games on the US version much more heartily than we did last night. However, the girls are doing really well, and I love them all, actually. There's none of them that I dislike. In the US version, there have been several that I've taken a dislike to. I could name a couple. Fifi O'Hara, Roxy. But, Roxy not so much now. Roxy's redeemed herself. But Fifi, well, Fifi didn't redeem herself because she didn't appear on the reunion, did she? She decided not to. So, silly cow. There we are. You're jealous that you can't see the UK version. I guess you will do eventually. I guess they'll run it somewhere eventually.
It'll be on the BritBox.
So, Zach, you felt like the US version was much bitchier. Yeah, but you know what? I quite like a bit of bitchiness. And actually, they handle themselves pretty well, I think, for a group of men, if you think about it. Hello, Robert John. T. Welcome. Hello, Crystal. I didn't say hi to you. Hi there. There we go. Wow Presents. You can watch it on there. Hi, Isabella. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you very much. Hi, Mags. Oh, yeah, Sarah, you've just reminded us the clocks go back Sunday morning, don't they? Yeah. Gosh. It's going to be even darker at night, but it'll be a little bit lighter in the mornings. How lovely. Not that it makes a blind bit of bloody difference. Hello, David. You're watching me on the big TV. Well, I do hope I'm not disappointing and that you can't see any open pores or flaws. Coco and B, you're working night shift on Saturday. Oh dear. I have done night shifts in the past. I've done a couple of jobs where night shifts were required and I hated every minute of it. It throws your body clock off, doesn't it? Doing a night shift. I didn't recover for what felt like a week at least. LB, you're very kind. Thank you very much. I thought I'd make a bit of an effort this evening, seeing as most of the week I've looked grey and pallid. I thought I'd tart myself up a little bit and make the effort for you lovely people. Aren't you glad? You should be. And you should all be very grateful that I've not presented myself looking like a corpse. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, we're both fine. We're kind of I'm getting over that cold that I've had and this bloody ear infection, which is hanging around, which they do, unfortunately. It takes a while. We both felt a bit off color during the week. We both had sort of funny tummies during the week as well on different days. So I don't think it was to do with any kind of food that we'd eaten. But that was rather unpleasant, to be honest. I'm not going to go into any details. No. Well, thank you very much. Hello, Alan. Welcome. You're watching on a curved Samsung 50-inch. I have to say, I don't see the point in big TVs. We've got a 32-inch. That's the biggest I would go because I feel, I don't know, I just don't like it. Yeah, it's 32. I don't like it when televisions dominate a room. I find it too much.
Say that again. Room.
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 What? What, Paul? Stop nitpicking. We have a beautiful brick fireplace, the original brick fireplace, a small ingle nook. And I feel what I can't bear, and I'm sorry if anybody's got this, when people put their TV in the center of the room over the fireplace. I can't bear that. I think the fireplace should be the focal point of a room, not the TV. I'm old fashioned like that. But you know what I really love? What I would love is a room that was dedicated to television with a projector and a big screen. I'd love that as like a little cinema. But the thing is, as well, Paul, why are you laughing?
Why would we have that?
Well, I think that would be lovely to watch movies.
I think it would be better to have a lovely conservatory full of plants.
Do you? Oh, how nice.
And I could do all the seedlings in the conservatory.
How did I get a pee-pee infection? I haven't had a pee-pee infection. I've had an ear infection. Yeah. Okay. Lovely, Isabella. What was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, big TV's not my thing. But what I was going on to say is that I watch most of my YouTube on the phone or my tablet as well. Isn't it weird? We've all got little mini TVs with us all of the time. How wonderful. Hologram TV. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd be into that. I think TV is too dominant in people's lives. You know, we do watch TV, but we tend to watch in the evenings for a couple of hours, and we're fairly selective. Actually, what I really, really would like is one of those cabinets where you shut the TV away so you don't see the TV at all. And I'm afraid, Alan, I don't believe in spending money on televisions. Ours was really good, wasn't it? Good bargain. I think it was 270 quid or something. And it's a lovely picture. And it's all we need. Yeah, it is. It's all we need. Yeah, like the 70s. Absolutely. Okay, lazy slacker dude. Bye. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Okay, Mark, I understand. Well, you see, I love watching videos on my phone. I think it's great. When I was a child, I remember small TVs, well, when I was a teenager, small TVs coming in. You know, there's little sort of pocket handheld sized ones. And the reception was terrible. They had a big aerial and, you know, you could only pick up 3 channels at the time or 4 channels. And I remember thinking, wouldn't it be great if you could have a tiny TV in your pocket? And of course, we've all got that now, which is incredible, isn't it? Really. Thank you very much. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you. Murdo puts the TV on for the noise. Well, yeah, I mean, it is, when you're on your own in the house, it is good company. Yeah, I mean, you know, television is a great distraction. And I find it's a great distraction when you're going through stress in your lives. We have said before that when we have gone through bereavement, we have binge watched certain programs. For example, when we lost one of our cats, Biscuit, we binge watched Voyager, all of the seasons, the whole lot from start to finish. Star Trek Voyager, that is, for those of you who don't know. We're Star Trek fans. And it was a great comfort because it's, I don't know, there's something special about that series anyway, because it was so well performed. But, you know, it can be really comforting, television. So it has its uses in today's society. It's quite numbing in a way. It's quite a good anesthetic. Good evening, Lewis. Welcome. Thank you. Say what, Courtney? TV is bloody demanding. Did the TV connect you to your childhood? We used to watch TV as children. Yeah, TV was a big part of our childhood. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I loved TV. I loved the programs that I used to watch. And of course, in those days, we're talking back in the late 60s, early 70s, we didn't have a color TV. It was black and white TV. And it was only on for certain parts of the day. And there were only two channels. Then there was three. Then there was BBC Two. And of course, Channel 4 and Channel 5 didn't come until the 80s and the 90s. So when you watched a program, you sat down as a family and you were fairly, you selective with what you watched. And of course, a lot of programs got a huge number of viewers. The very popular prime time television programs, they got upwards of 18, 19 million viewers. So it was a different.
Why wasn't there a Morecambe and Wise? I got something like 28 million.
Something like that, Bye, Neil, bye. Okay, Courtney, bye. Kizzy's been roasting chestnuts. Lovely. Hello, Nancy, Nova Scotia. So yeah, TV was a very different kettle of fish. You only watch certain programs, history, gardening, Prue and Tim. We watch Prue and Tim. Everything else puts you in a bad humor and makes you morose. Well, I don't tend to watch too much news. I don't tend to indulge in too much of that. And we tend to record things on the TiVo, generally. Okay, Courtney, bye for now. We don't watch Corrie, Alan. We don't watch any soaps. We're not soap fans. The only soaps I've ever really followed were Dallas and Dynasty. And we also followed the Dallas reboot as well. But they're the only soaps we watch. We don't watch Corrie. I haven't got time to watch all of the soaps. You call it Hellivision. Yeah, I guess it can be. Yeah, rain, Mark. That's very true. I think it started to rain already, has it, Paul?
Yeah.
It's certainly very, very windy out there tonight. Extremely windy. It's blowing a gale. So the plot will just have to survive, basically. But we're going to be doing some work on the plot slowly over the next couple of weeks whenever we can to start getting them ready for winter, to start moving stuff from the old plot to the new site once that's been cleared. It's going to take some time. Oh, Crystal, you're very, very kind. Thank you. Hair tips. Well, hair tips. What do I do? I cut it myself fairly regularly. I wash it about once a week. I don't over condition it. I only condition the ends. All the boys are yawning now. They're thinking, oh God, hair tips. I use a blue shampoo to keep it looking really silver. And I use one product from Tiggy called, what's it called? Curls Rock Amplifier. And I blow dry it with a diffuser. That's it. And I do use a spray shine treatment. And I also use my favorite hairspray, Elnet by L'Oreal. This is not a paid promotion, but I am worth it. So there you go. Hi, Debbie. Have you missed anything juicy? I don't think you've missed anything juicy. Just me waffling on, as usual. Robert, totally understand what you mean. Our back garden is a small woodland. So whenever it gets windy, I'm always on edge. However, I have finally got a tree person to come over, who will be visiting us next weekend to do some lopping and some removing of trees that don't need to be there. So we're going to be having a bit of a clear out of our garden before winter sets in. So there we go. Snow may come next week. You're welcome, Crystal. I saw on the news actually that I think Scotland is due some snow. So, you know, winter's starting properly. Oh my, that's a lot of work. What, my hair? It's not, because I only do it once a week. And when it gets to the stage where I feel it's getting a little bit dirty, I use Batiste and I put it back, you know, I tie it up. So there we are. Blue Killian, welcome. Hi there, how are you? Thanks for coming. Room for a new garden shed? No, June, I'm staying away from a garden shed here because we simply don't need one. We don't have a lawn, so we don't need a lawn mower. We've only got a handful of tools here. So we really don't need a shed. No. A studio maybe, but we can't afford one. Talk about possible podcast. Yes, there's a couple of things we need to talk about. Yes, we do. We need to talk. Can we talk? Just us. So, live shows. This current series of live shows is coming to an end, folks. This is going to be the final live show in the series. We have actually done 50, that's 50 live shows. So this current series is coming to an end. Okay, don't be too disappointed. Let's make this clear. I'm not saying that I'm ending doing live shows. I'm not. But this Friday night slot, every week or on a pretty regular basis, is coming to an end. Okay? Don't all start at me. Don't all start. We're still going to be here, but we're just shaking things up a little bit. Yeah? Okay. So that's finishing. We are going to be starting a podcast for a number of reasons. It's probably going to be midweek, and it's probably going to have a finite run, but we want to explore the way in which we impart information about ourselves. It's quite difficult on YouTube to totally be completely and utterly relaxed, because we can't swear, we can't be too rude, and you know, you're missing a whole chunk of our personalities, really you are. And we'd like to be a little bit freer, and you can be with a podcast. You don't risk getting marked down for certain things. So, you know, I'd like to be able to say certain words quite freely, which we can't do here. Hello, Sage and Sanctuary. That's Ronna. That's Ronna's channel. That's your new name, isn't it? Hi, Becky. So watch out for that. We've got to plan it first, because to do a podcast, you have to provide very high quality audio. It's ideal to provide high quality audio. So I'm looking into that. I do have audio recording equipment because in my hobby life, I do music, I occasionally sing. So I do have microphones, I've got recording equipment, but I've got to work it all out and make sure I can do it to a high quality. Good luck with that, Mark. So yeah, we will still be doing videos. There's going to be very little that will change with videos. We'll still be posting Sunday chat. We will still do a live show, but it's not going to be every week. And it's certainly not going to be every Friday night. It's simply too close to Sunday chat, and we want to provide quality rather than quantity. But podcasting is something different. We have to stretch ourselves as well, you know, and we have to give ourselves a little bit more freedom to be a little more frank and talk about a wider range of subjects that it isn't always possible to do on YouTube. Okay, so there we are. Well, what's contractual is Richard and Paul since 2017. That's contractual. But remember, we have to also grow as artists, if you like, if you want to call it that. And the podcast experience is a very different thing to the video experience because you get to fully exploit your voice in the same sense as a radio show. We'll still be exploring lots of different topics. We hope it'll be more stream of consciousness as well. And I hope that it will be just as fun for you guys as Sunday chat, maybe even more so. We did a little poll on Planet Vegetaria and our Richard and Paul Facebook site, and quite a number of people are interested in listening to a podcast. So that's something that we're going to explore. There we are. I'll get less hair questions. Probably. But, you know, you will still be able to interact because the format that we're going to hopefully use will be a format that you'll be able to leave comments on. But again, it's exploration at the moment. We've got to look into it and organize how it's going to be. So watch this space. I should do an audio book. Yeah. We do need other outlets for our creativity. We do, absolutely. That's why we're choosing to do it. We've got to flex our creative muscles a little bit because otherwise you get stagnant. And the one thing, I guess I need to explain that my, what's the word? I don't want to use the words boredom threshold, but it kind of is. With creativity, I like to try and push myself in different directions and try different things. But I don't like to do it too quickly. I like to sort of gently put my feelers out, test the water, see how it feels, and then move into it gradually. You know, that's how things work for me. And Paul comes along with whatever I decide, basically. I set the creative pace and Paul follows suit. That's how it works. So there we go. Yeah, I think so, Robert. And I just, like I said earlier, I just want a little bit more freedom to use the language I want to use. You know, we're all adults, but on YouTube, we have a number of younger viewers. So I don't want to offend any parents. I don't want to shock any younger viewers. I don't want to get any strikes against us on our YouTube channel because we've never had any strikes ever at all on our channel. So, and I don't really want to start doing that because that's a slippery slope. So on a podcast, we have that creative control, which is really what we want. Hi, Sue. Hello, David. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We've got 67 people with us this evening. That's great. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Yeah. So there we go. So will I do a show where we can let loose on those trolls? Now, Mark, you know what? If we let loose on those trolls, we're just as bad as them, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? My basic instincts are to lash out at people that attack me in some way. But actually, all you're doing is just mirroring their behavior. And I don't think that's ideal, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Paul, did you get... Oh, you did. I'm having some water now. It's important to hydrate. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Becky. So do I. One of the ones I've started listening to, I've not listened to any for a long time, but one of the ones I've started listening to is What's the Tea with Michelle Visage and RuPaul. And it's really good. I really enjoy it. And I think if you've got strong personalities and you have got plenty to talk about and you can waffle on endlessly about any subject, then I think you can do a good podcast. And I think we do a pretty good job of being able to do those things. So we'll see. Cooking shows. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, cooking tends to be more of a winter thing. So I'm sure we will do cookery videos coming up. The one thing that we really do want to do, and we keep saying this, is not roast. We really want to do a not roast on camera to show you how to do one for Christmas. But it's just getting time to do it because it takes a while. Florin, we are Pula. Pula, I don't know what Pula means. Can you explain what that means? Because I don't understand. Yeah, I think it does have to be engaging though, David. I think it's got to be interesting. It's got to be lively. It's got to be full of sound. There can't be any, you know, gaps anywhere. Pula means happy. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. I'm glad it means something nice. I'm happy about that. Thank you. How about a mystery adventure? My whole life's a mystery adventure. Every day is a mystery adventure. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge going forwards. But like I've said, if anybody missed it, this is the final live show in the series. Okay? This is the 51st live show that we've done. So I think it's about time that kind of came to a sort of bit of a halt for a while. But you see, we may do more sort of impromptu live shows and make them shorter, things like that, you know. I know PewDiePie. I know the name, but I've never watched the channel. Thank you. Yeah, come along for the ride. I'm sure it'll be fun. Has it been a year?
It's been over a year.
What, since we've been doing shows? Yeah. We've been, well, Richard and Paul since 2017. So it's been a, you know, couple of years. Murdo wants nut roast for Christmas as he loves veg and nuts, and he's not eating much at the moment.
Meat. Not eating meat at the moment.
Much meat at the moment, yeah. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do the nut roast, definitely. We just got to make sure we've got all the ingredients. We tend to use nuts and seeds. And the trick with a nut roast is Getting getting the mixture to stay together. That's the thing. When you take it out of the tin that you baked it in, that it doesn't just fall apart, because we've had a couple of nut roasts that have done that. And of course, it's not a waste, because you can use that crumbled mixture to make a nut bolognese or a nut chili or something like that. So it doesn't go to waste. But ideally, you want a nut roast that you can take out of the tin and that it slices beautifully into nice thin slices that you can serve, you know, with a roast dinner. So yeah, that's what we're hoping for, but it's getting it right. Xanthan gum, yeah, I'm not a great fan of using anything like that. What we tend to do is use a little wheat protein. And when we're eating eggs, we use a little egg that helps to bind it. You can use flour, and you can use finely ground nuts, finely ground, to add to the mixture that will also help to bind it. But it's also to do with the amount of moisture that you have in the mix, because if it's too dry, it will just crumble. So we do have a recipe. We will share it with you. We promise. Yeah. Hulled hemp seeds. We have used
Hemp seeds.
hemp seeds.
Non-hulled.
We have actually made hemp milk. Yeah. Oats, yes. Oats is something you can do. Yeah, absolutely. They have a good quality to them. Yeah. Okay. What's your religion? I'm not religious. I don't have religion. I'm an atheist. Yeah. Ground oatmeal. Yeah. There's all sorts of tricks you can use. Anything that's sticky, that will bind, and anything that's got a certain amount of starch or carb or protein is going to bind. So you have to kind of use your intelligence, your cookery knowledge, to sort that out. But like I say, we've got a good recipe. We will do it. Okay, why am I atheist? I'm not really going to get into a religious conversation. This is not the forum for a religious conversation. Thank you for your question. Now you're hungry. I know. I actually feel hungry thinking about nut roast. We adore nut roast, especially with a lovely vegetarian gravy, some mustard, some lovely roasted vegetables, maybe even some lovely crisp roast potatoes.
But what's even better
Paul's telling me what's even better
is using the leftovers to make a bolognese.
Yeah, and we always use the leftovers to make a bolognese because it gives a really nice, chunky, meaty texture, which is lovely. Ever tried a deep fried Mars bar? No, I haven't. Although I used to adore Mars bars, but deep fried, I don't have anything deep fried ever. I simply can't allow fried food into my diet. It's not healthy for me. So fed up with this rain. Lisa, it's been so wet and humid here as well, but it's been slightly warmer today and apparently it's going to start getting cold next week. So hopefully we'll get some cold, crisp days in London soon. Kylo Ren 245, you're very kind. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You mix the leftover and call it scouse. Yeah, a few slices of beetroot. How is my eye ache? I haven't had an eye ache. I've had an ear infection and it's fine. It doesn't ache at all, but it's still being treated. It's another week of treatment. Birmingham is in for a hammering. Well, I think we're in for, we're certainly getting wind tonight, lots of wind. And I've seen that there is a massive band of rain coming in over the weekend. I hope it's not too wet tomorrow. Have we grown saffron
No.
crocus? No, we haven't.
But there's been a number of posts on Planet Vegetarian. I
Yeah.
haven't thought about it.
Yeah, they're beautiful saffron crocuses, aren't they? You have to get quite a lot to get a saffron yield, don't you? Hello, Jackie. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all of you for joining us. In India, they serve sliced banana with some curries. It cleans the palate.
Yeah.
Banana and curry. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, it's nice.
Anna's loving your blog, Paul. Thank you, Anna. I think it's going down quite well, isn't it, Paul, your blog? How many people have signed up now, Paul?
About 60.
About 60
but
people.
There aren't that many comments.
Oh, it's lovely.
People comment on Facebook.
We want more comments on the blog. So that's Paul's blog on our website, Richard and Paul. Is that it?
.com
/blog. Go over there, have a look. All 70 of you now. Now, we had a gift. Anna Williams, one of our subscribers, I'm not sure she's here this evening, sent us a box of butternut squash. Absolutely delightful. She sent us a little lovely straw-filled nest of 5 butternut squash. Absolutely lovely. So thank you, Anna. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much. We have been in touch. I've already thanked her for it. Put a link in. Can you do that, Paul? You hope Anna drew faces on them. No, she didn't, June. She left them perfectly gorgeous. Okay, Becky, no worries at all. No, he's not camera shy. He just didn't want to do it tonight. He wasn't in the mood. And like I say, this is going to be the final live show. So, you know, it's just me. Back to tradition. Tongue twister. Yeah. So there we are. I'm having a vape break now. I am. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Hello, Lady Macbeth. There we go. Vape rings. Okay. So I hope I've said hello to everybody. I do apologize. I'm very sorry if I've missed anybody out. We've got 68 people watching and we're 44 minutes in. So just so you're aware, this is going to be an hour long tonight. So we're finishing in about 15 minutes. So, oh, lovely. Good. I do like a vape ring. You can tell I had plenty of years of smoking. Not anymore. So yeah, we're going to finish in 15 minutes and The next program you'll see is going to be Sunday Chat as usual. Nothing's changing with Sunday Chat. Okay. Will there be a big finale? No, because it's the last show in this series. We will do more live shows, so it's not the end. Mark, you're cheeky. No, I'm not doing a telethon, really.
Though someone was throwing.
Oh, a lotus biscuit. I love the lotus biscuits. Can't have anything like that at the moment because I do actually have, I'm not going to talk about it, but I do actually have a health issue at the moment, which is being monitored. So I've got to be really, really careful with any fats. I mean, you've got to have fat in your diet. You've heard me say this before. And I'm not cutting out all fats, but anything snacky, cheese and butter, things like that have got to go out of my diet. So, yeah. Oh, Anthony, please don't cry. You'll be fine. But yes, so I've got to really monitor my my fat intake very closely. It's not, don't worry, it's not anything that is immediately life-threatening. But I had a blood test recently and it's thrown up a couple of things which are, they're not major, but they're not great. So I just need to monitor that. And I also need to take up exercise again. I've been really lazy. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you know this part, but I have been really lazy with exercise. I used to be really, really good. I used to do aerobics every day, but the past couple of years have just not been good. Plus, with me going part-time, I've actually cut my exercise down by 50% in actual fact, because I don't do as much walking as I used to. So that's had an impact, which I didn't kind of anticipate. So I'm working on it. The doctor's working with me, and I need to also lose some weight as well, because I am overweight. I know people say, no, you're not. I am. So I'm not morbidly obese, but I am overweight. So I'm taking that in hand. And there may be videos on that as well. I might even video myself doing aerobics just for a good old laugh. You'd enjoy that, wouldn't you? Yes, I know you would. I can tell. It would. You see, I used to walk twice as much as I walk now. So I need to get back to that, you know? Yeah, it's just, it's life, isn't it? Life kind of takes over. You slip into a new pattern and you don't make adjustments accordingly. That's what's happened. And I need to redress the balance and get sorted. You're training for a half marathon. Oh my goodness me. I'm not sure I'm going to get to that stage, but yeah. I would like to try running, but running's not my thing, but I would like to try it because it really is a surefire way of getting fit. But I don't have great knees. That's the thing. So, Yeah, but Kizzy, I'm not in the garden enough. That's the problem. So it's not my major form of exercise. So I know from history, from what works for me, is portion control, cutting out all the sweet snack things. I mean, I don't have a lot, but I have too much. And exercising the way I like it, which is basically aerobics. I tend to do the Jane Fonda workouts. I was there in the 80s doing the burn, and actually they really work. And there are some Jane Fonda workouts for more mature people like myself at 52 years of age. which are gentler on the joints, lower impact. Running is kind of quite high impact on the joints. So I've got to be careful. Swimming is not going to happen, Kizzy. I ain't taking my clothes off for nobody. No, it's not going to happen. Who just said what? I missed that. Anthony said.
Anthony said, you will be fabulous like the Jane Fonda exercise video.
Maybe I should do my own exercise video. Welcome. Welcome to Richard's workout. Workout with Richard.
Workout and knitting with Richard.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Knitting's not going to lose any weight. Maybe I should. You see, Ronna, that's the thing. That's what I would do. I'd go arse over tit before you know it, and then run home crying. And Paul, I've fallen over. I've hurt myself. I knew I shouldn't have done that. That's what's going to happen. So I'm much safer indoors doing aerobics to my own workout video and my new Lycra workout wear range. Clothing range, I mean. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Run with Richard. Run with me. Run like the wind in your front room.
Enough wind in the front.
Oh, I don't know. I could wear a Victorian swimsuit. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, because then it would hide all the undesirable wobbly bits. Actually, the best thing I ever bought for doing workout were some, they were sort of like long john things, but they were sort of groovy. And they're really tight, really supportive, and they're really good. What's really hilarious?
Your leggings.
My leggings,
ridiculous.
they're great. Richard's Rumble, yeah. Jelly on a plate thong. Well, that's what it would be like, I'm afraid. So look out for that one, coming soon to a channel on YouTube.
Or not.
Or not, yeah. Mankini, yeah. Hi, Diana, welcome. So there we go. Lots to look forward to. So for those of you who've just joined, just to be aware, I've said this a few times, but I want to make sure all of you regular viewers know this is the final show in the series of live shows. It's the 51st live show we've done, and it's the final one in the current series. It won't be the final one ever. There you go. I've said it again. Okay. So there we are.
Because we're doing other things.
Because we're doing other things. Yeah.
Other Richard and Paul things.
It will be announced. We will do, yeah, other Richard and Paul things. Well, it's not going to be Richard and Mario.
Well, you never know.
Well, he's fictitious, Paul, so it doesn't exist. Unless I can find a lover called Mario and bring him in one day, naked. Yeah. Sorry, Diana. So there you go. Oh dear, it's all gone tits up, hasn't it? So yeah, what are you having for dinner tonight, folks? What are we having, Paul? We're going to have a sandwich, I think.
I thought we were having toast and...
Oh, that's it. We're going to have cottage cheese because that's low in fat.
And toast.
And some toast and maybe some salad with it. Lovely. I'm gagging for that low-fat dinner.
Well, you like cottage cheese.
No, I do. It's your first time, Sue. Okay, well, just so you know, you've got 50 other videos from the past that you can trawl your way through and watch in terms of live shows. I mean, there's loads of videos on the channel, but it's going to be the last in the present series. So I'm not saying we'll never do live again. It's just this present Friday night live at 6 o'clock is now coming to an end. because we're going to be doing a couple of other things, like a podcast, which will be coming soon, hopefully. Yeah, there we are. Could we have the Tittington Smythes on as guests? Oh, no. No, they flatly refuse to appear on camera. No. And Felicity is wanted by MI5, so she can't appear at all on any form of media, sadly. So no, I wouldn't want to do that to them. Not at all. Okay, Lisa, we'll see you on Sunday for Sunday chat.
Sunday chat!
Oh, Paul, I've got an ear infection.
That helps.
You don't need to shout, honestly. Okay. Veggie and chicken wraps with a homemade salsa. Mmm. Lovely. Cream cheese, Paul. What was that? I missed a few comments, sorry.
Instead of it.
I love cottage cheese with pineapple, actually.
Oh, we could have it with Marmite.
No, I don't fancy that. Anyway, there we go. I can't have pie. I can have pie as long as I don't eat too much pastry, because you've got hidden fats in those things, you know, and that's what I've got to be careful of, all those hidden fats. Am I an actor? No, I'm not an actor. I have done some acting when I was younger, when I was a child, but no, I'm not an actor. I love tomatoes and cottage cheese, but I don't think we've got any tomatoes at the moment, have we, Paul? All our tomatoes from the plot have been frozen, so they're all in the freezer now. So they're only really good for doing sauces and things like that. So there we are. You urinate beetroot. Well, it must be good for you. Hello, Una. Hi, Pag. Hope you're okay, Pag. Carrots, parsnip, onion, potatoes, and turnip. Lovely, Dee. Gorgeous. Okay, so we're kind of coming to the end now. So good. I'm glad you're bearing up. So just so you know, Pag, I have announced during this show that this is the final live show in the series. So it's the 51st show that we've done, including the ones that Paul and I have done together. And it's the final one tonight. And I'm going to be finishing in a couple of minutes. It's not the, you know, we're going to do live shows again at some point, but we're finishing doing the Friday night live show. So I just want to say thanks to the people who have helped moderate, including Pag, who was our first moderator. Thank you so much, Pag, for fending off the trolls over this run of 51 shows, and to the other moderators that we've had as well, including people like Vivi and Anna, not Anna Williams. Was Anna? No. Kelly, I think.
Yeah.
Various other people who have moderated for us, which is really important. We've enjoyed doing the live shows.
And we'll enjoy them again.
And we'll enjoy, you know, doing them again. But they won't necessarily be in this slot, and they won't be weekly. They'll be a little bit more random than before. So don't despair. We will come back with a live show, but we'll surprise you. Yeah. And of course, keep an eye out for the new series that will begin shortly of podcasts. So where we will be able to flex our creative muscles and our mouths a little bit further than we can on this platform at YouTube. There's nothing wrong with YouTube. We love it. Sunday chat will still be the same, and there will still be videos as ever. Cookery, hopefully more as we get into winter. And there you go. Live tour. I don't think so, love. Far too old for that malarkey, I can tell you. Fridays won't be the same. Well, Lady Macbeth, we have to change, don't we? We have to make changes in our lives. And I think it's important to change creatively as well, to keep things fresh and to challenge ourselves in different directions, and also to be able to say swear words. Swear. I always feel like I've had a gag on. Okay, Pag, take care. Love to Angie. I think you have to. I actually really like change. I know a lot of people hate change, but I really enjoy it. And I think it's important to try and push yourself a little bit further. I mean, I've never been great at anything in my life, to be absolutely honest with you. I've never been great. I've never really excelled at anything. So I'm not a great singer. I'm not a great performer. I'm not a great writer. I can do it, but I'm not great. So my whole life has been about just trying different things. And I think you have to do that until you fit into your best groove, And, I think you've just got to keep pushing yourself in different directions. Thank you, Pics and Sounds. Which platform would the new podcast be about on? I'm not too sure yet. We haven't decided. We've done a little bit of research, but we've not totally decided that. Thank you very much. Well, I do enjoy photography, Kiwi Gal. Thank you. You're very kind. Well, I'm not running myself down. It's just that, I think it's important to push yourself. I think, I do look at things that I do and think, yeah, that's good. But you can always do better. So that's the way I like to think, that some people might say that's being hard on yourself or that's being too tough. Well, if that is, then great. I think it's important to push myself further and further. And I certainly don't think you've seen the best of us yet. So, let's keep improving. And at the end of the day, all of what we do is for you guys. And I would like to ensure, or like to think, that we are ensuring the best performance. There are some videos that maybe aren't as good as others, blah, blah, blah. But, we are striving to move forwards. I mean, you can't be great when you're under the weather. That's why we didn't put much out for the past couple of weeks. And what we did put out was maybe a bit under par. But, you have to push through it and you have to come out the other side and you have to, decide to improve on what you've done. And that's kind of what we're doing. The best is yet to come. Absolutely. I think that's a good way of looking at things. Bye, Ariana. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Hi, Anne. Thank you. Yes, my data makeover. Yeah, that was fun to do. Although in hindsight, it was probably a little too long, that video. But, you live and learn as you go along. And, you know, some people like long videos, some people like short videos. You know, it's hard to please everybody. You can't please everybody all of the time. But we hope that we give our viewers a good selection of things to watch. I think we do. I think we provide a good variety of things, but we've kind of settled down into the things that we enjoy doing and hopefully the things that you enjoy watching. So I would rather focus on quality rather than quantity. Oh, you're very kind, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you ask for some advice? Well, I don't usually give advice, but go ahead, ask your question. I'll see what I can do. You're very welcome. Thank you for all the lovely comments. You've all been very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. No, we do. Because, like I've said before, without you guys, well, there is no channel. You know, there is no performance. So, Kylo, you haven't come out to your parents and you don't really know how to tell them. Okay. Would you mind me asking how old you are? Okay, Dee. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. We'll see you soon. And don't forget, throughout all of this, you can follow us on Richard and Paul, our Facebook page, and of course, our group, Planet Vegetaria. You don't need to be a vegetarian. You can still join. Yeah. Hi, Clarice. You're 19. Okay. Well, it's a difficult thing to do. You've got to think about the way that would suit you best. And you maybe need to look at the support system that you have around you. If you know your parents fairly well, you may have an idea of how they are going to react. If your parents are savvy, they've probably got an idea already. I don't know you, so I don't know, you know, whether you have displayed your sexuality in some way to them. For me, you know, my parents really couldn't miss it, frankly. But I still had to kind of tell them. It is hard, but you just got to ensure that you have a support system, people that will support you, friends that you can talk to, and have an idea of maybe how the conversation will go. And then it's all up to you, really. And I know it's a bit of a, maybe a bit of a burden to shoulder. Do you think they'll react badly or do you think they'll react well? What's your instinct on that? Yeah, absolutely. You've got to do it when the time is right for you. But if you're thinking about it, then you must be building up to that at some point. Um, the fear is always, you know, am I going to be accepted? That's the fear, isn't it? You know. Well, they have negative thoughts, mostly on your dad's side. Yeah, this is the difficulty. Um, if you feel that it is going to cause a problem for you, you've got to have a certain amount of self-care in place. You know, you've got to think about yourself. And if it's going to be terribly negative, then maybe it's not a great idea. You know, it's a very difficult one. I think only you can think that through. But what I do think is it is very important to have people that support you through that process. So whether that's friends, whether that is other relatives, you know, you've got to make sure you're not doing it completely alone. And I know for a lot of people that there's no choice. You know, it's difficult because I don't know you, I don't know your circumstances, but you know, hi Kelly. Looks like with our new arrivals, I'm tied in for a little bit longer. So we've had a few new arrivals. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say again, to the new arrivals, this is the final live show in the series. It's the 51st live show that we've done, and it is the final one in the series. We will be going live again, but it will be occasional rather than a series, just so you're aware. Okay. You're welcome, Kylo. I mean, you know, you've got to apply a bit of common sense in these situations, you know. Yeah, you've got to think about it carefully. But I think in today's society, generally, and I'm generalizing, there is more support. There is more support because the LGBTQI plus IA plus community is much more prevalent. It's much more open. There is more acceptance generally. But of course, there are still some very old-fashioned ideas in families, in close-knit communities, in some of the smaller towns. But I'm generalizing here, but that can, you know, be a problem. Yeah. This community is here for you in as much as we can be, you know. But also, I think you've also got to remind yourself as well, and this is a bit of a hard line, but remember, I work in social care. If you ever feel yourself in danger, you have to have a strategy for that as well. Yeah, to remember self-care. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you. So I think that's it, folks. It's an hour and 15 minutes almost. So I'm going to make a move. I'm going to say goodbye. Yeah. I'm not going to sing. No. Thank you, David. Clarice, this is the final live show. It's the 51st live show. So this is it. And I'm going to be saying goodbye now. We're going to be doing a podcast. We'll continue with the videos on YouTube, but we will not be doing a regular live show any longer. This is the end of the series. Okay, so we're saying goodbye and the end of an era. Aww. Honestly, it's the beginning of a new era. That's what it is. You can bet your life before you know it, I'll be back here doing a live show. Saying, I missed you all too much. I had to do a live show. But I'll give you notification if I do. Yeah, when I do. Okay. So thank you, Paula. So take care, everybody. I love you all very much. You've all been great. And remember, Richard and Paul on Facebook, Richard and Paul on Instagram, on Twitter, and Planet Vegetaria, where I post every day virtually. So, you know, we both post every day there. So that's a way to keep in touch. And Kylo, if you want to get in touch through our website, please do. You can get in touch with us through the website. Send us a message if you need any support with that. You know, don't hesitate. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're very kind, everybody. Thank you very much. Take care. You're going to watch all the old ones, David. Well, yeah, why not? Go through them all. There's plenty there. There's 51, for goodness sake. There's a whole, there are several series of shows, really, if you think about it, you know. No problem. Take care. We'll see you on Sunday for Sunday Chat.
Sunday Chat!
Oh, Paul, you just can't resist it. Honestly, it's ridiculous. And take care of yourselves. Maybe you should think about doing a live show at some point. Yeah. Turn the tables. Box set of live videos. All there for you, Anthony. Waiting for you to watch. Take care of yourselves, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Bye for now. Bye.